For this area, this whole piece was one pull-out section, and that was just crazy. So I've cut a hole here, and this will now be my pull-out section right here. And I may do a little bit of carving on this hill to kind of blend the shape into this backdrop. So I may take this corner off a little bit. Another change I made is I cut this piece of MDF out. Now, I had a piece of MDF that came out even with the fascia and rounded back. And my initial intentions was to have that as a view block, but I just really didn't like it. Now, I kept this much of it here, and that's fine. But this portion I've cut out. I have the rocks glued in place from here all the way down to here. And now what I'm going to do with all of this is I'm going to shape it into this type of terrain. As you can see, it's not too rocky. It has a few little outcrops here and there. But mostly I'm just going to smooth it off and have it as dirt or something like this. Now this is the pull-out section right here, and you can kind of see it right here. Right here. So these areas back in here will have to be done with plaster, but obviously I'm going to have to leave a gap there so I can get it in and out. But I'll try to disguise the crack as much as I can. I have my rocks installed in this area from here all the way into this corner. Now this area here won't get any rocks. What I need to do is, you can see all these gaps here between these rock castings. And it goes anywhere I have rocks installed on my terrain shape. Now what I need to do is mix up plaster and then fill in between where all the gaps are. So I need to fill all the gaps in. And I've done that on this section. I've done that down here. And I've also done it over here and over here. Now I have this section is removable. And I need to maintain that in case I need to get inside the tunnel. I have some 30 thousandths clear plastic covering my photo backdrop, so when I start doing work in this area, I don't mess it up. I do have a small gap right here in the middle, and as I move down the scenery, I'll just have to slide this plastic down. And I mentioned in another video, I have my retaining wall in place. Now these are all Hydrocal plaster pieces that I laid up. And I also have the rocks here installed. And like the rest of it, plaster all has to be laid in here to blend these castings in with the terrain shape. Now up here in this area, I had to add this section here where you can see the pink foam because my photo backdrop ends right here. So I had to extend this. And I ended up you know, bringing it out a little bit further and having it sweep a little bit more. I have sandstone castings up there. And I'm trying to get those to kind of match up with this. Now here with this rock cut, where they cut out for the track, this is much more rough. I checked a lot of photographs, and it varies. It varies on how the railroad cleared out the area on what it looks like. And this is what I did. You know, I could have done this a number of ways, but this is the way I did it. And this all has to be filled in. So that's where I'm at right now. So the next thing I need to do is start filling all these gaps in with Hydrocal plaster. And I'll use the same plaster that I use to cast these rock forms. And once I get all these gaps filled in, I'll use some plaster sheet, plaster cloth, and cover up this pink foam. This is a Scale Trains Rivet Counter AC4400. It's outside my modeling area. It's really too big for my layout. But I like them, so I have one. I figure I'd get it out on the layout, run it a little bit, since the layout's going to be down for a while I'm applying plaster to all these rock castings. It's a really nice locomotive. You'd all probably like to have a basement empire. But I have what I have, so I'll enjoy that, make the best of it. I plan on working on this mountain area next, once I get all the rocks finished over on the other side. I'm also looking into getting some photo backdrops for here. And a photo backdrop for this area. Well, that's it for this one. And thank you for watching.